Tonight, 5 major champions, including the Iceman, Jesper Svensson, future Hall of Famer Bill O'Neill, who's close to home, and the recent USBC Masters winner Anthony Simonsen are here in the Garden State, each trying to advance in the final major of the PBA season. It's the PBA Players Championship first round, and it starts now from Jersey on FS1. Championship is presented by Snickers. Pro bowling is back in New Jersey for the first time in close to a decade. A major champion will be crowned in the Garden State. We get it revved up with the first round of the Players Championship here from Bolero, North Brunswick. We've got 4 showdowns for you over the next couple hours here on FS1. This is a true bracket system, no step ladder. Top 4s of the 12 advance to tomorrow's action. We crown a champion in the Players next Sunday on Fox. Oh, it's a cheer that was 9 years in the making. These New Jersey natives are all ready for bowling to be back in the Garden State. John Fanta joined by the Hall of Famer, Randy Pedersen. And Randy, as we reach this 5th major, fitting to be back in a place with so much tradition. But if you think about this season, there's a hierarchy that's developed.
Yeah, there really is. And by the way, welcome to our family, John. I'll tell you what, the last few weeks we've been having this same discussion, and it's about what I call the Bermuda Triangle of bowling. And it starts with E.J. Tackett, then Simonsen, and Jason Belmonte. But it all starts at the top with E.J. Tackett. What a season this man is having. 5 wins already this year. He's leading pretty much every statistical category you can count, including the leading money winner in 2023. I mean, just an incredible season. He's got a stranglehold on the Player of the Year race. It's his to win.
The number 1 seed in this Players Championship. And he is awaiting the winner tomorrow of Kevin McCune or Zach Tackett, the younger, Zach Tackett, the younger brother to EJ, who's trying to put himself on the national map here today. He'll be in action in just a few moments, but the number 12 seed, fitting of that Bermuda Triangle you talked about, partner, Anthony Simonson's the last player in this round of 12.
Yeah, incredible years. His best season as a professional. Anthony Simonsen earlier won his 5th major, winning the Masters once again. But Anthony Simonsen, man, if it wasn't for E.J. Tackett, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He hasn't finished lower than 10th the entire year, and this is his 8th championship round appearance in 2023. That leads all stats.
What Simonsen had to do to get to this point was beat Jason Belmonte last night. Amazing to think that Belmo is not in this field of 12. The other players had a bit of a sigh of relief because he strikes fear into everybody. Hey, we told you about the Tackett family. Well, Kimberly Pressler is with the younger Tackett, Zach, ahead of his showdown.
Thanks, John. So, Zach, congratulations on making your first telecast. Now, I saw your older brother, EJ, earlier, and he made tomorrow a show, and I asked him, I said, hey, you want to do an interview with Zach and I at the top of the show? And he said, absolutely not. Today is all about Zach. So what did your big brother, what kind of advice did he give you for today?
He just gave me all the tips that he didn't have when he first came out here.
Like what?
Just basically breathe, don't watch the shot clock, just, you know, everything like that.
And have fun while doing it.
All right, thank you.
Good luck to you today. And guys, to make this even more special, EJ made his first major telecast 9 years ago in this exact building, and Zach is paving his own way today.
It's a pretty good nugget right there, Kimberly. Thanks.
It really is amazing to think of the road. And speaking of family and the power of family, Kevin McCune is here, 3rd generation in the PBA, as we take a look at the Players Championship schedule. Quarterfinals to come tomorrow. That's when E.J. Tackett will be in action at noon Eastern time to face the winner of this showdown. Quarterfinals roll on tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern time on FS1. And then next weekend, we get into the semis and the championship on Fox next Sunday.
Hey, John, I know this is your first PBA telecast, but you're in for a treat, as our viewers this afternoon, and that's because of this young man right here. Fastest strike ball ever recorded on the PBA Tour under the bright lights. Check out that number. Check out that number. Now, typically when we see a lot of ball speed, it just kind of inches into that 20.2, 20.3, 2 miles an hour faster. That's bringing some heat.
How does he do it?
Well, one, he's as strong as an ox, and he does it so effortless, right? I mean, he doesn't look like he's exerting a lot of effort, but he's a big, strong kid, and I think he learned a little bit from his father. He's got good genes in that family, like you mentioned, third-generation PBA champion on the regional side.
Three-time PBA Tour champion Eugene. Talk a little bit more about the McCunes as we go, as here is Zach Tackett, his first ever telecast appearance.
Yeah, nice. That's a trip forward there, John, and right-hander's best friend as brother EJ sitting next to his wife Natalie. Take a look. Watch this. So that second pin from the left, John, watch this. Little love tap on the 4. Thank you very much.
That's a way to start.
It's a good way to kind of keep the insides from coming outside.
Look at you. Leaves the 9.
So he gets the great break on the right line, tripping the 4, and this is actually a little bit better shot, and watch the ball go right past the 9 pin. And that's thank you very little.
We are in New Jersey. There's a give and take element to this state.
Well, you would know, you live here.
Yes. I'm going to take that. So solid start for Zach Tackett as we take a little bit of a deeper look at the tail of the tape between these two players. What stands out to you?
Zach Tackett's strike percentage is quite a bit higher, but Kevin McCune with the 300 perfecto and their low game right on top of one another. You're going to have bad games throughout 48 games crossing this entire center.
There's a strike from McCune.
That was a cave-in bucket. You take a look at the old pattern. We're using dual patterns here. You got the Don Carter on the right and the Dick Weber on the left. 39 feet. The players are going to play farther to the outside part of the lane on the shorter pattern. There's a little more friction in the outside part of the lane. On the Dick Weber longer pattern, more towards the track area, like that second, in between second and third arrow on both sides.
Back-to-back for McCune.
This is just bringing the thunder right here. I mean, when he bowls, you got to kind of, if you're sitting around anywhere near him, you kind of have to wear a hard hat. You never know what's going to come flying out of the pit. That's some serious pace. As we take a look at Zach Tackett and his arsenal, he's going with, I believe it's a carbide tank.
Some work to do with 3, 6, and 10 still up here for Zach. He told us this morning, not very nervous right now. But he says we get closer, the spotlight on him. He wondered how he would handle all this.
Yeah. You know, I remember a few years back talking with Walter Ray. Look out. Talking with the winningest player in the history of the sport, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and he's made triple-digit shows. And I asked him, I said, Walter Ray, do you still get nervous on television? He said, yeah, absolutely. You know, the key is that you know going in you're going to be nervous, and you somehow have to fight through the nerves the first couple of shots, get your feet underneath you, and then find your comfort zone.
He's doing it for Gomer this week. His grandfather passing away on Monday. And Grandpa would be proud of that. Nice bounce back for Zach.
One-game match after the 48-game qualifier. That was a marathon. This is a sprint, John. And we've seen time and time again when there's open frames, it's hard to recover. Right now, Zach Tackett trying to get back in it with Kevin McCune in his early lead, up by 24 here in the fourth frame, working on a double.
2, 4, 5, and 8.
Or the bucket, or the dinner bucket. It just depends on, I guess, what part of the country you're from. I mean, in Jersey, I think they would call it the bucket. Or
yes.
maybe the dinner. I don't know.
See, that's a sensitive topic in this state because they go back and forth between pork roll and Taylor ham.
Good cover.
The McCune family, Randy Pedersen.
Sir?
3 generations of greatness. And how about Grandpa? Don was the 1973 Player of the Year. Happy 50th.
Yeah, I mean, Don was, he was a classic. I mean, look at that, Hall of Fame inductee in 91. I bowled against his son, Eugene, for many years out here. And now Kevin McCune kind of carrying the torch for that family.
We asked Kevin about his athletic career. Boom, get out your hard hat. 22.2.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't throw it that fast at spares, but take a look at the dual pattern. You can see the length here and here, and that's the difference. One's 39 feet, one's 45 feet.
He was a catcher as a baseball player, and he said that has helped him with bowling because he can see the patterns.
Beauty there.
Tackett punches right back, and we've got a duel.
That was a good shot there after the open frame. He doubles up, and now he's only down by 10 because of that bucket that Kevin left in the fourth frame.
And all in the family showdown here. First TV show for both of these players.
Oh, get over there! Oh, you dirty rascal.
Messenger tried. You can hear it in Tackett's reaction. Winner of this meets EJ tomorrow in the quarters. Zach trying to book a Tackett Bowl on a Sunday in New Jersey.
It's all right. Regroup. Yeah, something was dropped out on the approach area, the bleachers. It's okay, just regroup. Kind of dust yourself off, go back through your process.
Look at that.
I know that. I mean, how cool would that be, EJ and Zach bowling against each other?
Amazing.
But McCune's got something to say about that. Good cover.
Zach Tackett, Kevin McCune. Game on in New Jersey in the opener of our Players' Championship first round. We've got a battle, folks. McCune and Tackett, 2 big-time bowling names, going at it. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Want to move fast? With same-day mortgage, you can go from application to approval in as fast as 1 day to get you closing on the home of your dreams in just 10 days. Learn more at rate.com. And by Bolero, the #1 place to bowl, party, and play with over 325 locations nationwide. Head to Bolero.com today to find a center near you. John Fanta, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler with you from the Players' Championship first round action. Right now, Zach Tackett going at it with Kevin McCune. Up by 11 pins. Son of 3-time champion Eugene.
Ooh, fast 8. Just a little inside. You see the blue line, the red line, John.
An arsenal adjustment from Kevin as well.
Yeah, big time. He went from a 15-pound purple hammer on the right lane to a 16-pound purple hammer on that right lane. He's trying to slow his hand down a little bit to get it to hook. That one just overhooked a bit. On the left lane, he's using a 15-pound brutal collision. Brutal collision. Isn't it ironic that that's what happens every time he throws the ball at the 1-3 pocket?
Yes. He is your heavy hitter. He talked with him this morning, and he talked about his family roots. He said, look, I've learned a lot from my dad and grandpa. I do things in a bit of a unique way.
Come on, John. Come on, John. Just come on.
He said we're exact opposites.
Come on, spill it.
From his dad, Eugene.
You know, I think the other interesting note about Kevin when we spoke to him, John, is that he said he's been experimenting with the two-handed delivery, and he said it helps him change his ball roll and also helps him to throw it slower. And right now, you can kind of see that excessive speed is a bit of a problem. He left the bucket on the right lane. He left the 2-4-5 here on the left lane. And it's hard for him to get softer with his ball speed.
2-4-5 is still up, and he's able to spare it. The amazing thing about McCune, Randy.
Sir?
He tore his labrum in high school. And he has not gotten it surgically repaired. The only thing that it's kept him from doing is throwing a baseball.
Overhand. Yeah, he can't throw anything overhand. He can throw it underhand. That's got to hold. Yeah, big trouble.
That's tough.
Zach.
So you can see here by the numbers, red line 2.2 board, the second board just inside the right gutter, and it's way too far to the right for this ball to get enough traction to get back to the pocket. You can't get that far to the right, and he pays for it with a 2.4810.
Leads the 10 up.
Yeah, bad time for that to happen because, you know, he's trying to claw his way back into this, and instead it's now a 23-pin deficit late here in this first round matchup.
How do you keep yourself mentally in it off that?
I mean, it's hard, man. It's like you know, you take enough jabs and then all of a sudden you get hit with a right hand, and there it is. It's really hard to kind of keep yourself in the moment because when it's your first time, you're not really sure how to handle this kind of stuff, right? And as this kind of stuff happens, the pressure mounts, and it's pressure you've never felt before. You've never been here.
Only way to learn is by going through it.
Exactly right. It's a process.
Tried. The motion says it all. He did say to us, Randy, look, he said, my brother went through some challenges on his first TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been through it. And again, it's the process, right? It's the school of hard knocks, right? So you come out on tour, you learn how to make it through the pre-qualifier, then you learn how to cash, then you learn how to make match play, then you get on television. And then you get, my first game on television, I shot 153.
What step are you on now?
I have 1 foot in the grave. That's my step.
And a fist pump for McCune on a spare. Tomorrow on Fox, the Westminster Kennel Dog Show kicks off with the Masters Agility Championship, where the best dogs in the world race for the crown. It all begins at 2 Eastern on Fox. Kevin McCune also making his first TV appearance. He played Zach in high school.
Yeah, they have a little history. Again, look at these tracks here. The blue track is his ideal location for a strike, and you can see that's inside a target. But again, 22 miles an hour. I mean, we've never seen that kind of speed for a strike ball. At least I can't remember. High 20s, maybe a 21, but that's it.
You don't put it lightly when you say take out your hard hat with this guy.
I mean, it looks like he's throwing a marble, right?
Mm-hmm. He was refreshing to talk with this morning when looking at his journey. Think about the McCunes, Don's revolutionary soaking, Eugene, his legendary fireball. Boom.
The soaking.
Yes.
Please do tell.
Well, back in the 70s with the patterns of the lanes and the firmness, Don started to
soak bowling balls.
That's right.
To make them softer.
Yes.
So they would hook more.
Yes. History.
John, man, you are so solid. That is great stuff. I had no idea you knew that.
Well, Dr. Pedersen.
That was so good.
Some of your colleagues told me, hey, you got to bring your A game with Randy.
That doesn't
He lives out west. Have you heard of him?
That doesn't take much.
Good to see this crowd. You talk about these fans, how smart they are.
Oh, yeah.
Getting into it here for Zach as he's having a nice home stretch.
I mean, Zach can strike out 189, and that would force Kevin McCune to mark in the 10th frame. Goodness.
Zach Tackett.
All right, so if Zach strikes out and Kevin McCune gets 9 on the first ball and misses the spare, we have a tie.
Wow. Zach Tackett is willing himself here in Tackett fashion. Winner gets EJ tomorrow.
In this very building,
Yes.
U.S. Open, Norm Duke, Mika Koivuniemi. Duke is dead in the water, throws the last 4 strikes to force Major Mika to mark to win. Mika leaves a 10-pin and misses it. Got it.
How about Tackett?
Oh, boy.
Zach making a name for himself this evening.
And all of a sudden, John, for the first time, he's given Kevin McCune something to think about.
You can sense that thought from his facial expression.
Got to make it. If he makes it, he's moving on. If he misses it, we have a tie. Man, didn't we just talk about Mika leaving a 10-pin? And what do they call that in the business?
Not today. Get out your hard hat. It'll be doing work on a Sunday.
Well, the foreshadowing almost worked because he barely got enough of that 10-pin, but he did get enough of it. Doesn't need any pins. It's 190 if he throws it in the ditch. He won't do that, obviously. He's going to look at another ball, I think, and see what he's got. That was nice there. Beauty.
Kevin McCune had to go through one Tackett today, and he'll have to go through another tomorrow. Kevin McCune, you just heard him say it, Randy. Wouldn't want to do it against anybody else.
Yeah.
Friendship there.
Good stuff.
So Kevin McCune is moving on, but we got a couple major champions ahead. Chris Vine, Anthony Simonson. Get pumped up, Jersey. We're just getting started on FS1 at the Players. Welcome back to the 2023 PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. We're at Bolero in North Brunswick. You are looking at 13-year-old Victor Williams, folks, a PBA junior ambassador. Victor has a true love for bowling, and his parents inspired him to write his own book, Bowling is My Superpower. He's inspiring countless folks with this book, as well as his social media videos, Randy.
Look at that. Left-handed backup ball. Averages over 200, and just a true inspiration, this young man. Wow. How impressive is that?
He is a great story.
I got to meet him this morning with the commissioner, and it was spectacular. I saw the piece on social media, and I was just blown away.
And he is locked in to the PBA. He knows everything there is to know about it. Here's where we stand in the Players' Championship. Kevin McCune will meet two-time Majors champ this year, EJ Tackett, tomorrow at noon on FS1. Now, who will meet Tomas Keiko? We're going to find out in the 5-12 showdown. Chris Vi, Anthony Simonson. Vi choosing for Simonson to go first.
Yeah, Vi the higher seed, so he gets choice, and Simonson will start the match and finish on the right lane. Remember, dual oil patterns, the short pattern, 39 feet on the right lane, 45 feet on the left lane.
This year's Masters champion starts strong.
You know, John, when we interviewed Chris Vi earlier, he said that Simonson's scary. And you have to bring your A game. You have to bring your Sunday best when you take on Simonson. And well, you're not kidding. Simonson is so gifted. But this man right here has been climbing his way up the corporate ladder on the PBA Tour, and he's starting to get to that next level. He said, the one thing I have to do, I have to be more aggressive on television.
That's aggressive. And with more on that mindset, here's Kimberly.
Yeah, guys, so Chris told us his plan for the 48 games leading into today's telecast was that he needed to be patient. But as Randy just said, he also said for today, it's going to be quite different, saying he needs to be aggressive. He needs to switch the flip, and that he needs to do exactly what he did for the U.S. Open in 2021. Specifically, he said he needs to be fully committed to every single shot and to not just make the safe choice. He says today he's going to do whatever he needs to do to throw the most strikes, even if it's the riskier option.
What a start for Vi.
And way inside on that left lane. Just left fifth arrow. Chris Vi. Man, is he really coming into his own?
That was an epic 2021 U.S. Open with Jacob Buttroff.
Yeah, you saw the video. You watched it. I mean, you saw the show. And, you know, that coming down to the 10th frame the way it did, I mean, that's all you can ask for in a major, right?
3-6 up for Simonson. Anthony, the 12 seed. Vi was joking with us, so my reward for being the 5 is not only that I don't get a bye, but I have to face the Masters champion in the first round.
I mean, there's just, you know, there's a handful of guys out here you just don't want a part of if you don't have to, and Simonson's one of them.
Anthony Simonson had to go through Jason Belmonte just to get the 12th seed. A roll-off that he commanded.
Yeah, this was a slaughter. I mean, Simonson shoots 268. Belmonte 159. Look at this loft. Amazing. After 48 games, they tie and have to have another one-game roll-off to make it here. There's a ball change, I believe, on that lane. Nope, not a ball change. It's reality for Simonson on both the left and the right lane. But look at your lines once again, John. You can see why he came up light. Very fortunate just to leave the 8-pin.
He said things were going south yesterday.
It was hard to believe in where he was with 6 games to go that he came that close to not making this. I mean, it was like, yeah, Simonson, yeah, he's up there. I mean,
right.
Can he bowl his way into the top 4? Yeah, probably. And the next thing you know, you look up and it's like, what? Take a look at Chris Vi's arsenal. Pitch black, the urethane ball on the right lane, eternity on the left.
Vi responsible for the 30th and 32nd 300s on television. Chris Vi. A turkey. He's got it cooking.
And he's playing these two lanes completely different. You can see that break point out to the fourth board down lane. On that right lane, that shorter pattern with the urethane ball left lane, completely different.
He said, I'm leaps and bounds better this year, but there's still room for improvement. He's been asking himself the question, how do I get on the level of that Bermuda Triangle? He's on that level right now.
Yeah, again, it's like every year you see Chris Vi just keep getting better and better, and he said himself, it's time. You know, it's time to get next level. And now it sounds like he knows what he has to do to get there.
Simonson punches right back.
Simonson just using all the tools in that toolbox to attack these two different hole patterns.
These two have a friendship. And Chris Vi's mom makes cookies for the tour players. And she always saves 6 or 7 in her batch. Yes, 6 or 7, folks. That's my kind of batch. For Simonson to have. But he is currently on cookie probation.
Mama Vi. She makes some spectacular chocolate chip cookies. All right, Simonson trying to claw his way back into this, John. And what better way to do that than throw a double and cut it to 21. However, Chris Vi is perfect through 4 frames. Oof. There they are.
The Vi's?
Yeah, Craig says, man, I never get any ink. It's always Angie. And I said, Craig, do you bake?
Toll house.
I like that. It's good.
And we've got a Pabst 6-pack alert. If Chris Vi strikes here, he'll win $1,000. Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. You know what goes well with cookies?
Tell me after the shot. Kidding me?
Oh.
That should have just been maybe a soft 10. It's the pocket 7-10. Come on. After 5 in a row that were just perfect. Look at it. I mean, at worst, this should be a flat 10, a half 10. Watch the pin action here. Head pin, sidewall, and something just collides with it. That is a terrible break for Chris Vi.
For how strong he started, the gods just sent some sort of a message. We have a duel. Major champions, it is that level. Vi and Simonson counter-punching in Jersey. Welcome back to the PBA Players Championship. Hey, back in 2019, Anthony Simonson won what was his second major title at Wade Webb's Columbus Bowl, defeating Jason Belmonte with high emotion, becoming the youngest player in PBA history to get to 2 major crowns.
Man, he looks young there. You know, he's 26, right? And he's won 5 majors. Now, I mean, I know a little bit about bowling, but that sounds really good to me.
I'd say.
I mean, just incredible the career this young man has had and how quickly he's had it.
Joined the tour at 16 in 2013. Saibo.
And when they talk about his major championship victories, right, it's the youngest to win 1, the youngest to win 2, the youngest to win 3, 4, 5. And I mean, you could keep it going. If he wins this, it's pretty safe to say. Right? 6 majors?
He's already the only player to win 5 majors before the age of 30.
Right.
And he's 26.
Yeah. He didn't like it. That's okay, though. When you don't like it and you just go 4-pin, that's all right.
And that's why, Randy.
Well, but I mean, the numbers, they actually look pretty good. So it may have been the release, something out of his hand that he didn't like because he called it immediately. But the location at the arrows and at the break point were really good. But that's how sensitive the player's feel is, right? They can feel it immediately as soon as it leaves their hand.
And again, 26 with that level of feel. And that's why Chris Vi says, look, we could talk about Belmo or Tackett. He said that debate will go on, but Anthony Simonson, the opponent in front of me and the guy that I watch, he's as good as anybody in the world.
No argument here. Oh, no.
Now, as much as Simonson didn't like it previously, Vi there looks surprised, Randy. He was surprised at that.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's what happens with urethane because the surface of the urethane bowling ball is so coarse, it starts to beat up the front part of the lane, and it happens so quickly that the players don't see the transition. First time he's left the 3, 6, 7, 10 all week.
Is the spare of the game from Chris Vi. It's sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Want to get moving fast? With same-day mortgage, you can go from application to approval in as little as 1 business day. Time to get your dream home crazy fast. Learn more at rate.com.
And as it should be, that should be the spare of the game. What a great conversion by Chris Vi to maintain an 8-pin lead up in the 8th frame. Uh-oh.
It's the one spot you can't throw it. It's the one spot you can't throw it.
What does he mean by that?
Well, too far right, there's too much oil that part of the lane, and there's not enough friction to get the ball to come around the corner. It was just wide of target.
2 and 10, 6 up. That close, and that facial reaction says a lot.
Well, this late in the game and against a guy like Simonson, it's obviously something that you don't want to see happen to Chris Vi, and he knows it. Top 5 finishes in 4 majors this season. Again, second in every statistical category behind one guy, E.J. Tackett.
Winner gets Tomas Keiko tomorrow.
Another 4-pin. And again, that might be that right lane with the urethane balls going down. That shorter pattern creating a little bit of early friction. Even Simonson seeing it, even though he's using reactive. And by his posture, it looked like he really liked that shot.
And a spare.
26 and 26 on the 4-pin this week. All these great numbers, these great stats. You know where we get those, John? I mean, we don't just pull them out of thin air. We get them from our great friends at Lane Talk. And for more information, you want to become a better bowler, John?
Yes.
Go to lanetalk.com.
We thank our friends at Lane Talk. So where do we stand here heading into the foundation frame?
Simonson up by 4. Anything can happen. I mean, max scores 233 for Vi and 237 for Simonson. Oh, a little filth on the 7-pin right there. That looked like a mugging in a subway.
Anthony Simonson.
What do you think about this hit, John?
Jersey style. Vi said it's about being aggressive. Former U.S. Open champ. That's aggressiveness.
Yeah, it is, and exactly what he has to do. He's got to put pressure on Simonson, and it's all going to come up to the 10th frame as we take a look at how different Chris Vi is playing these two patterns. Remember, the Weber pattern left lane, Carter pattern right lane. You can see just how different he's attacking this pair. Go back to the numbers, we'll take a quick look and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. I mean, look at these numbers right here. 20 boards at the laydown, 15 at the arrows. Two different bowling balls. And he aces it. What a shot.
Chris Vi, he says he's built for this. That he can turn it up to the level of Simonson, Tackett, Belmonte.
Right now, it's going to come down to execution, right? I mean, he has to execute. He has to strike out in his mind to have any chance of winning this game against Simonson. But no matter what Chris Vi does, he cannot shut out Anthony.
It's amazing hearing Chris Vi talk earlier today that this would test if he's built to win at a high level. What an exam here. Chris Vi! Wow.
I mean, starts with a front five, and then 3 consecutive splits in a row, and then follows it up with a 3-bagger late. The pocket 7-10 in the 6th frame was very unlucky. He makes the great conversion in the 7th. The bad shot in the 8th. Can he overcome it?
He said to us earlier today as well, being able to battle through those shortcomings or maybe that quick hiccup. How do I respond from that? That's what the greats are built of. He's experienced it before, folks. Now on this Players' Championship stage, trying to live for Sunday with Tomas Keiko, who's waiting for the winner of this for a 4-bagger.
Again, carbon copy on that left lane. It doesn't matter the count. Really, Simonson needs 2 strikes here in the 10th frame and 5.
Thank you. I just didn't want to waste it just in case.
Crazy pocket 7-10s on that left lane for Chris Vi. Unbelievable. Last time I saw something like that, it was Jason Belmonte in another major a couple years ago.
Needs 2 strikes and 5 pins to win. Does Anthony Simonson, the 12 seed. He had to beat Jason Belmonte just to make it to today. Now trying to survive to Sunday. That's a start. Means another strike and 5 pins.
Remember last time up on that lane, he left the 4-pin, and he liked it, in my opinion. I promise you there was an adjustment made on that shot, and that was perfect. So not only does he make the adjustment, right, he moves his feet and his target probably a little bit to the left, but he also aces the shot. So the execution was an all-time premium. It was the right adjustment, and the pins cooperated. He needs one more just like it.
A re-rack. A strike and 5 pins to win. For all intents and purposes, a strike here. Now you can feel the tension. In our return to this historic venue, which has seen so much, this crowd is appreciating greatness of major champions. To advance to the round of 8, needing a strike. Simo, built for this.
Definitely a little move to the left, got it up the lane with some speed, and it laid there. Anthony Simonson carries the light mixer.
No rush.
He's going to throw a plastic ball straight at the head pin, and again, just needs 5, like you said, John. He's going to move on.
Anthony Simonson is moving on to Sunday at the Players.
Best of luck the rest of the way. All right.
Go get your.
2 matches, both of them come down to the 10th frame. Pretty good stuff, my friend.
He will meet Tomas Keiko tomorrow. From the last man standing in the round of 12, beating out Belmo, to moving on, being one of 8 left. And we haven't even seen the Iceman yet. He's coming up in the back half of our first round at the 2023 Players Championship. We flash back to February 26, 2012. We're right here at Bolero, North Brunswick. These words were uttered by Pete Weber.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Part of his 5th career U.S. Open title victory over Mike Fagan.
Yeah, it was an incredible day and an honor to be able to call that action. I remember every match coming down to the 10th frame, Pete getting riled up in match number 1. Looked like Ryan Schaefer was going to take him out. All of a sudden, Pete just goes ballistic and wins his 5th U.S. Open.
We're back with you tomorrow, folks, at noon and 9:30 Eastern Time on FS1. We know that it'll be E.J. Tackett and Kevin McCune, as well as Tomas Keiko and Anthony Simonson, who just advanced in thrilling fashion. So who will complete our round of 8? Well, we still have a couple of matchups to go for all of you, with Jesper Svensson, as well as Kevin Williams squaring off in the 7-10. And then Dom Barrett and Bill O'Neill with Matt Russo, the New Jersey native, to meet them. One of the great things about the PBA Tour is that nearly every one of the pros has a nickname, folks. And that's the subject of tonight's Pressing Questions with Kimberly Pressler, presented by Go Bowling.
Chris, do you have a nickname?
Probably a few of them, but I'm not sure how many we can talk about here.
Jacob, do you got a nickname?
Yeah, everybody on tour, they call me Butters. It's either Butters or Buttercup.
I do have a nickname. So I got the Squirrel quite a few years ago.
Jason, you got a nickname?
Belmo. Yeah, it's just the simple one, half of my last name. Easy to remember.
We call DJ Natural Born sometimes.
Why?
Because he gambles and he's a natural born loser.
All right, Dick Allen, talk to me about nicknames. Do you have one?
Dick. And THB. Typical house bowler. So had that one for a long time.
Yeah, they called me the real deal. I've had it for a long time. My college coach gave it to me, and I'm not really a fan of it, but it rhymes, so it's stuck for a long time.
Kyle, what is your nickname?
Pro with the fro.
And who has the best nickname on tour?
Me.
Yeah, I'll go with my boy Jesper. He's the Iceman.
I like the Iceman.
The Iceman, I like that.
Do you think it's a fitting name for you?
Yeah, calm, collected.
Tom, what is your nickname?
TD, pretty much. Some people call me Rebel.
Does anybody call you Mr. 100?
Not anybody that I like, no.
Pressing question for you, Randy Pedersen. Mr. 100, what's that mean?
I think that's a question better left for Rob Stone.
The Iceman is coming up. Jesper Svensson squaring off with Kevin Williams. It will be quite the showdown, with the winner meeting Jacob Buttrup tomorrow. That's next. The on-lane graphics you see tonight are courtesy of Clutch Bowling. As we welcome you back to the 2023 Players Championship, presented by Snickers. E.J. Tackett, Kevin McCune tomorrow noon FS1, as well as Tomas Keiko and Anthony Simonson. Now, who will meet Jacob Buttrup tomorrow night? That's to be decided right here, right now. Jesper Svensson, Kevin Williams.
You know I love me some Clutch, right? You know who else is pretty clutch? You, my friend.
Thank you, Randy Pedersen.
You're doing a great job.
Great to be with you. Here's Jesper Svensson.
Well, John, that's something you don't see very often. And Jesper Svensson and all that power, leaving a quitter 7. That's a half 7-pin and typically associated with a weak hit. Jesper Svensson's strike ball, anything but weak, but every now and again with that urethane bowling ball going down the lane, you'll see that type of deflection.
28 years old, 11 PBA Tour titles, 2016 PBA Tournament of Champions winner. And the man from Sweden starts with a spare. On the other side, Kevin Williams, who is a Renaissance man. Career in rapping as well. He'll head to New York City in between his bowling here in New Jersey for some recording sessions.
Oh. And right through the face for Kevin Williams, leaving the 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. He's going to try to get the ball over here and cut the 2-pin into the 6-10. He's left this a few times this week already. 3 times, as a matter of fact, now 0 for 4.
Challenging start for Williams.
You know, they always say, like, if you're going to have an open frame in a one-game match, best to have it in frame 1.
Get it out of the way.
Purple hammer on both lanes for Kevin, and talking to him, ask him how to play this pair, the dual patterns. Nice shot. He said, look, I'm going to use the same ball. I'm just going to change my speed a little bit and try to play both lanes the same. Maybe go with a little different surface on the right lane because it's hooking a little bit more, but try to play them the same and keep the consistency there as we take a look at the tail of the tape.
Strike percentage, basically on par with one another.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for each other. Jesper said, yeah, I like playing Kevin. He's one of the coolest guys in our sport. Same for Svensson.
So first frame, the flat 7. This time in the 4-pin boomerangs around the 7-pin. That's a ringing 7. And, you know, they don't call him the Iceman for nothing. Check a look at these eyes right here. His blood is the same color as those eyes right there. Jesper Svensson, the Iceman cometh. Looking to win another major.
Who thought of that?
You know, I can't remember. I'm just glad I got one right. You know, I thought of it, you know, being from where he's from and, you know, Gothenburg, Sweden. Figured that probably the winter's a little chilly there. And he's a pretty cool dude. I mean, Jesper is one of the most engaging guys and just super cool, super chill. And just one show, it's the Iceman sounds like the right nickname for him.
His wife, Jolene, is back in Sweden with their daughter, Mira. And he'll fly home to Sweden. Jolene will come here to play in the Queens.
Ooh. Big whiff. Way too far left, down lane for Jesper on that shot. And there's no friction out of that part of the lane. Same on the right. Again, the longer pattern, you got to keep it a little more in front of you on that lane. First time he's left this leave the entire week.
Here's the question that I have for you. Does that early 8 from Williams, take another look first. Sometimes striking back and forth, maybe bring the best as much as maybe on the flip side when there's an early 8. You're on the other side of that thinking, okay, now I've got the window. I can control this matchup. But it can go the other way?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll give you my opinion right after the shot by Kevin on the right lane. Oh, it did. He said go a ton. He wanted it to hold its line. I mean, I think that it can work a couple of different ways depending on the individual, right? I mean, you know, for me, if a opponent gives me an opening early, I want to just get on it and step on the gas pedal and just take advantage of that open. I don't really need my opponent to push me. I don't need to match strike for strike, right? But I see where you're going. I mean, you know, you get out to a big lead, maybe you get a little complacent. But for me, man, it was just like, it really didn't matter. It was like full throttle with every shot.
There There it is.
Is he not one of the most engaging people you've ever talked to? I mean, Kevin Williams is just personality personified. I mean, just a joy to talk with. In our meetings earlier today, it was like, man, we ran out of, wait, can we get more time with Kevin?
Yeah. His dad, Mark, was in the Navy. So early on, in his childhood, he spent time in Guam, Singapore, and Hawaii. He's got an amazing story. Oh, the Iceman has quite the test.
Thanks.
Another pocket 7-10. We saw Chris Vile leave it twice on the left lane. Here is Jesper Svensson leaving that ugly beast on the right lane. Only made 4 times on television in the history of the PBA Tour.
You tried to claim a 5th this morning.
I don't know what you're talking about. 369 times this week that 7-10 has been left.
Wow. As we tee up the PBR beer frame. Beer frame is sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ask for the original and please drink responsibly.
So I told you how many times the 7-10 was left?
Yeah.
You know how many times it was converted this week?
Go ahead.
6 times.
You're a man of math.
I have good people working with me. So 2 7-pins for Jesper, the pocket 7-10, whiffs a head pin and misses the spare, so it's back-to-back opens. Jesper still through 5 looking for his first strike.
Jesper, first player to win 5 PBA titles by the age of 21. And Svensson cleans that up.
Both players going with urethane, John, instead of reactive resin. That's why they're able to go a little bit straighter and try to control these 2 patterns. Kevin Williams using a purple hammer on both lanes. Jesper Svensson pitch black on the dual pattern. Remember, 39 feet on the right lane, 45 feet on the left lane. Kevin Williams playing both patterns the same. Jesper is 9 different.
Williams!
Great
Feeling
shot.
it.
Yeah, great shot. And what a bounce back after that first frame, right? We talked about it. Hey, if you're going to have an open, better to do it in the first frame. I loved when we interviewed him, and you talked about the Renaissance man. One of his quotes was, "You know, I like cash. I didn't like school." I mean,
Yes.
it was brilliant.
He said, I thought I was a celebrity at 18. I was winning $500. That was a lot of pizza money. We could relate. Oh, Williams.
I really do this.
He does really do this. You know, you can find pizza in Jersey. Mr. Williams is finding strikes, rapping, bowling, and everything else on a Saturday at the Players. Registration for the inaugural 2023 PBA LBC National Championships is now open to all bowlers of all skill levels from all centers. This summer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at PBA.com.
Let's not forget the fact that you can win a ton of money in that tournament.
We're good to go?
Heard like $100,000.
That's a lot of dough.
Man, that's a lot of pizzas.
Yeah, it is. It is. And yes, Iceman, we are good to go. Now for Jesper Svensson, some work to do.
Come on
It's
now.
a 7.
Like, really?
Come on is right.
Jesus Christ.
Tough to get back in it when your ball hits the pocket and it doesn't strike. I can't translate that. That was all Swedish right there, and I'm guessing it wasn't sending the 7-pin best wishes.
Yep. Try to encourage him. Svensson was the 2014 World Youth Masters champion. 2015 Harry Golden PBA Rookie of the Year. An amazing start to his career. Finishes that off.
Well, pretty obvious right here. No strikes for Svensson. Williams working on 5 in a row, and it's pretty dire right now for Jesper. And the mindset is, hey, I got to strike out and hope for Kevin Williams to give me something. Not sure it's going to happen. Look at that, another 7-pin. Through 7 frames, he's left 4 7-pins.
Nope.
And a pocket 7-10.
How?
That's a recipe for disaster.
How does that happen?
Ball's not going through the pins the right way on either lane.
An all too familiar shot.
And, you know, we talked about this early, right? I mean, it's a marathon to get here and then a sprint.
Meanwhile, we have a Pabst 6-pack alert. If Kevin Williams strikes here, he'll win $1,000, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. Kevin Williams.
Another 6-pack denied. Still, he's got such a big lead, I'm not sure it's going to matter. One, 3, 7, and 9. Cut the head pin over into the 7.
Williams.
I know we've already had our guaranteed rate spare of the game, or spare of the day rather, but I mean, this could qualify as well if Chris Vye didn't make that great conversion. Excellent job there by Kevin Williams.
Well in control here heading into the 8th with Jacob Buttroff awaiting the winner of this one for a matchup tomorrow.
Just gotta sell that.
See Kevin finishing 2nd, 2021 in this event of the region finals. And he keeps it rolling. Won his Southwest region and then ended up making a run. Kevin Williams, I don't know how.
A little trip 6, 7, 10.
I guess I should have just went at this point, but something tells me to stop when that happens.
Just out of sorts, being distracted. And a rough go for Jesper Svensson today. What? Great job.
Sounds like I just won my first title all over again.
We told you that this crowd was smart.
Good one, Jesper. Man, tough spot. You feel for the player, you know. It's like he's so good. He's such a good dude.
These two dudes could have a reality show on them, just with their personalities, how kind of funny they can be, creative.
Yeah, and they're so polar opposites of one another, right?
That's just it.
Okay.
1-3-6-7 washout.
How do you think this plays to these lefties?
Well, you still have Jacob Buttriff to contend with and Matt Russo. And
if the winner gets Buttriff.
The winner of this does get Buttriff, so it's going to be another back-to-back lefty matchup, right? With two left-handers going at it once again. And then the winner of our next match between Don Barrett and Bill O'Neill gets to take on Matt Russo. So, I mean, it's always that case with when it's, you know, left-handers on the telecast, if they have a good look, if they get lined up, and they're the only one on that side.
Kevin Williams has had anything and everything go right this afternoon to a point where he's shaking his head. Just a tale of two totally different emotions.
All right, how about you move?
And he is on to meet Buttriff tomorrow night on FS1.
He trips the 6, 7, 10 out twice, throws a really good to makes an adjustment, and then leaves the ring in 7. I mean, it's a crazy sport at times, but Kevin Williams is advancing. This officially over.
We will see Mr. Williams tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Time, FS1. He'll meet Jacob Buttriff. Buttriff, one of the 4 on to Super Slam.
And not often that you see Jesper Svensson get stymied like this.
Sometimes it's just not your day.
Been there, brother.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. You also have said you go from a marathon all this week and then you have to do the sprint.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you've got to guess correctly out of the gate. You know, you get practice obviously before your match, and you got to make an educated guess, and you got to go with what you think is going to get you to that next match. And if it doesn't work out, you have no time.
Gonna be made. Jesper Svensson with a challenging day. Kevin Williams is on to meet Jacob Buttriff, and Kimberly is with Kevin now.
Thanks, John. So, Kevin, you know, you started off with an open here, but then you bounced back from that. How were you able to figure out your look out there when Jesper struggled?
Yeah, I just really focus on doing my own thing, just like I do whenever I record music. So if you guys like good music, go listen to my music.
I take it you have some music coming out here?
Yeah, we want to listen to the music more in the bowling. Bowling's fun, but guys, tune into the music.
Well, 1, is it about bowling? And 2, are we going to get a snippet here today?
Oh, you've heard 3 of my songs that aren't released yet, and it's not about bowling. It's about real stuff, like emotions and feelings. So go listen to the music.
Congratulations on advancing.
Thank you.
Emotions, feelings, winning. That's what Kevin Williams did. And he'll meet Jacob Buttriff tomorrow. Who's going to claim the final ticket to our round of 8? Don Barrett, Bill O'Neill, the winner meeting Matt Russo. That's ahead. We flash back to 2020 at the PBA Players Championship. Bill O'Neill tasted glory at Wayne Webb's Columbus Bowl, defeating E.J. Tackett. And with that huge emotional reaction, some tears, his 12th career PBA title, 2nd career major win. And here he is now, Bill O'Neill from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, less than an hour away from his home. He's been commuting from home this week. And this week, he's got his wife, Christy, his 10-year-old son, Gavin, his 5-year-old daughter, Avery, who's never watched him play in an event live.
Pretty awesome. He said, yeah, man, it's great. I get to stay at home. I get to take the kids to school in the morning, and then Bowling tournament.
And he starts with a messenger.
Oh, a very creative messenger.
That's some hometown cooking. Bill O'Neill meeting Don Barrett, 3-time major champion. Most recently at the PBA Tournament of Champions last year from England. Up. Winner of this matchup, folks, advances to tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Time, FS1. Matt Russo, the 3 seed, the Jersey man. Barrett with the spare. In a lot of ways, the conversation between these two players that we have with them today is reminiscent of the tail of the tape as well. They see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah, as do players that throw it similar to Bill O'Neill and Don Barrett in terms of power. And they're all trying to catch the high rev rate guys. Crossing over, nice break, only leaving the 10-pin. Barrett using a purple hammer on the right lane and a mindset on the left. So going with urethane, something that doesn't react as violently as the ball we just saw go down on the left lane.
How do these guys keep up with the cream of the crop?
It's a great question, and unless you can match the power of E.J. Tackett or the two-handers who are completely dominating the sport right now, it's a really tough equation. You know, when you ask Bill O'Neill and Don Barrett, as we take a look at Bill's arsenal, purple hammer on the right lane and a Black Widow Ghost on the left, but these players have trouble getting the ball through the front part of the lane on a lot of the patterns, and then there's a lot of oil in the middle part of the lane. Great shot.
Mr. O'Neill, the real deal.
So anytime your ball hooks early on any pattern, it's a bad thing, right? Because now there's trouble getting it to the break point consistently. And we always try to look for that skid roll hook type of reaction, always have. And the last thing you want to see is early friction.
Bill's wife, Christy, went to college in New Jersey at Fairleigh Dickinson. Oh, he's come to bowl in front of his family, and the 2020 Players Champ is showing us why he's won this event. A triple.
Great break right here, tripping the 4-9 out late for 3 in a row for Bill O'Neill. Always loved Billy's game, and he's gone through a lot of changes over the years to try to stay competitive and stay at the top.
Barrett, this is a matchup. It's interesting talking with Dom earlier today because he said, look, I've had my ups and downs.
Went through a couple of years during COVID where he really struggled physically and couldn't work through it because nothing was open. And he talked about his experiences back home in England and how tough it was to get out to practice and work on his physical game, and it just wasn't possible. And got into some really bad habits that took him a couple of years to get through.
This year in the USA versus the World Series of Bowling, he defeated E.J. Tackett, 239 to 202. Started his morning with a cup of coffee and tuning back into the coverage from his home nation for the coronation of King Charles. His wife and daughter attending a party tonight. An important day. Talk to us about what that means. Oh! Bill O'Neill on fire. Tomorrow on FS1, the NASCAR Cup Series battles the high speed and tenacious track at Kansas Speedway. Pre-race coverage begins at 2 Eastern, and the engines start for the Advent Health 400 at 3, only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
I kind of felt the same way the drivers do when I was coming out of the Newark airport a couple days ago.
Oh boy. Do tell.
It was quite the adventure.
It always is. O'Neill! Randy Pedersen! We are watching greatness! That's 5.
You know what we haven't had yet today?
I know.
Everybody's favorite, a six-pack.
A six-pack.
Yeah.
Leave it to the guy that's, well, his wife's here. She can drive home.
Remember, John, drink responsibly.
And Barrett comes right back.
Yeah, and with a little carry for Don Barrett, this would be a completely different match halfway through. But again, we talk about the 48 games of qualifying to get to this point, right? The marathon. And then it turns into a sprint. And in one game against anyone, and these are the greatest players in the world, anything's possible. Winning 2 times in 2022 Tournament of Champions, which made him a Triple Crown winner.
An amazing career. And has a double here. Leading us to a break. Bill O'Neill, he just wants to keep rolling. Don Barrett trying to make things interesting. O'Neill will go for a 6-pack after this. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowling.com to find a center near you. By Guaranteed Rate. Want to move fast? With same-day mortgage, you can go from application to approval in as fast as 1 day to get you closing on the home of your dreams in just 10 days. Learn more at Rate.com. And by Bolero, the #1 place to bowl, party, and play with over 325 locations nationwide. Head to Bolero.com today to find a center near you. Welcome back to the 2023 Players Championship. Our first round, and we have a Pats 6-pack alert. If Bill O'Neill strikes here, he'll win $1,000, sponsored by Pats Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. Crack it open!
Well, another great matchup, and early on, halfway through this game, it's all Bill O'Neill. Both future Hall of Famers, very similar styles, very similar power rankings, ratings, rev rates are similar. All trying to accomplish the same thing, and that's beat the high-powered guys, the Tackett's and the Belmos and the Simonsons. And, you know, we asked Bill, what's it like week in and week out going up against these guys? He says, hey, I come in every event fully confident in myself. As it should be.
We're watching something special. That's 7. Oh, boy. With his family watching him live for the first time in 4 years. Bill O'Neill is locked in.
First time the entire event, Bill O'Neill has started with 7 in a row.
not that Barrett has played poorly, Randy.
This ball's not striking. Not getting through the pins the right way. It's a little soft on that right lane. And we saw Jesper leave a boatload of 7 pins with the urethane ball, and now it's Dom Barrett's turn. Here's a good fact for you, John. Sorry. In this event, Dom led the field with either a strike or 9. And look at this game right here. 4 9 spares, the rest strikes. He was a leader in that category out of all the players here at the Players' Championship.
Field that started with 128. That's more like it for Dom Barrett.
The reactive ball strikes. Look at the splicing these numbers at the break point, 8.2, 8.2. Reactive ball in the left lane strikes. Urethane ball in the right lane. He can't get all 10 to go down.
Bill O'Neill has the first 7 strikes toward bowling a perfect 300 game. Should he or any other player on today's show bowl a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit GoBowling.com. Sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. The 10 lays up, but an appreciation from these fans.
Yeah, that was a good one. Look at that 6-pin slingshot around the 10. Complete control for O'Neill. After our first 2 opening matches that came down to the 10th frame, the last 2 have been kind of a runaway.
There may be a local crowd on hand here for a Sunday showdown between O'Neill and Matt Russo. Maybe. Considering Matt is from New Jersey.
It's a good call, John.
How fun is that?
Oh, God, get lucky.
Ooh, not lucky. Yeah, big miss there. Let's take a look at the numbers right here at the break point. A good 4 boards left. Down lane, you can see it, red line, blue line. And he pays for it, does O'Neill. He's going to get the ball over here, cut the 3-pin into the 7. The ball will take care of the 6 and the 10.
An 8. After 7 consecutive strikes.
Yeah, I think that what you have to look at is right here, and that's the max score. Dom Barrett, to have any chance, needs to strike out and get in that high 230s and force O'Neill to mark in the 10th frame.
Trying to put the pressure on. Barrett's certainly capable of it. Was in the finals of the Shawnee Classic, Wichita Classic earlier this season. Leaves the 4 up, and that expression tells the story.
And a couple of 10 pins and now a 4-pin on that right lane. But again, all strikes and 9 spares for Dom Barrett. Only strung 2 strikes together. Sometimes that's the difficulty of the dual patterns, right? You get one lane, you don't get the other. And
right.
Just a little over 50% on the left lane for Dom and just under 50% on the right lane.
45 on the left, Dick Weber. Don Carter on the right at 39. And Bill O'Neill, who didn't stay at a hotel this week, he dropped his daughter off at school. Said, I felt like I was working a 9 to 5. Bill O'Neill will be spending Sunday with another commute from his house. He's got more bowling to be played. that right there is your satisfying moment of the match. It's sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Bill can bowl this way the rest of the way out, it doesn't matter if he goes up against a two-hander, high rev. It does. I mean, 250 is hard to beat, and that's what O'Neill will shoot. If he strikes out, it'll be 253, and that's really, really good on the dual pattern. Hey, before we go anywhere, can you just drop that line one more time? Like, what's tomorrow? Like, you said it already for today when we went to break. What's tomorrow? It's Sunday at
the Players.
Thank you, John.
And around this state, I've taught you a lot about this state in the 2 hours we've been on. But on Sundays, they make Sunday sauce, gravy.
I'll look into that.
Homework assignment. Oh, my.
Good stuff.
O'Neill is feeling right at home.
Get down here.
And a celebration with son Gavin, who brought his buddies today. He said, hey, guys, you got to check out Pops. And daughter Avery, this is her first time that the 5-year-old seeing her dad live. I think she might be back.
It's good stuff right there. That's what it's all about.
Our family is your biggest fan.
Quick shout out to Bill's dad, Bill Sr., man. He's not feeling well, and, you know, hey, we're thinking about you, Senior.
And Kimberly is with Bill now.
Bill, you're out here reminding everybody that you won this event in 2020, starting off strong with 7 strikes. Why so good on this dual pattern?
I got a couple lucky breaks there in that front 7, and you know, the other 5 shots were really good. So when you can catch a break like that, I caught in the 3rd, and then followed up with a really good shot in the 4th to keep the string together. And you know, Dom caught a stone 9 there in the middle. So you know, I got the breaks today, and he didn't. And sometimes it's how it goes out here.
And then what happened in that 9th frame?
You know, when I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to be thinking about the 9th frame more than I am any other shot. Really irritating shot to throw there. I just needed to make a spare to shut it out. And I was very angry at myself sitting down there.
Well, you do advance till tomorrow, but you advance today in front of your family. First time in 4 years, everyone's been here. What does it mean to you?
It's really cool to have everybody here. You know, Christy and the kids, and you know, Gavin's buddies, Jackson and Justin, are here, and it's really, really cool. And just try to keep my emotions in check while I'm bowling, and not look over there, because look over and see my family, I'd probably start crying or something. So, so just gotta, you know, look at the lane and not anything else.
What are your thoughts on your match going up against Matt Russo?
Sorry?
What are your thoughts on the match going up against Matt Russo?
Matt's bowling unbelievable, and I'm going to have a game just like this. You know, 2 of them. You know, to beat him, and he's going to have a big crowd here too. So it's going to be the battle of the crowds.
It sure is. Congratulations on your advance.
Thank you.
You know, John, O'Neill moving on. The first time I laid eyes on Bill O'Neill was many, many years ago at the U.S. Open, right here in this center as an amateur. Bill O'Neill made match play in that event.
Bill O'Neill is on to tomorrow. He'll meet Matt Russo, Jacob Buttriff, Kevin Williams. That's in our 9:30 Eastern Time show on FS1. When we get rolling at high noon, E.J. Tackett, the 2-time major champion this year, just won the World 2 weeks ago. He will be in action to start it off against Kevin McCune. That's at noon with Tomas Keiko and Anthony Simonson as well at noon on FS1. Randy Pedersen, a lot of fun here at the Players.
Thank you, my friend. It was awesome. Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Folks, our coverage of the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers continues tomorrow on FS1 with 4 hours of quarterfinal action, live for 2 hours at noon Eastern, and then back tomorrow night for 2 hours at 9:30 Eastern. For Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler, our producer David Bruner, our entire Fox Sports crew, this is John Fanta saying so long from New Jersey. So great to have bowling back in the Garden State. Players, round of 8 tomorrow. You've been watching the PBA on FS1.
That's a wrap.